Okay, Ways and Means Committee will come to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Scott? Let me see if she's on mute. I did see her come in.
She's connecting to audio. There she is.
Commissioner Scott? Commissioner
We
Baker?
see her.
I'll go back to her if that's okay.
Sure.
That's fine.
Commissioner Baker McCormick? Commissioner Marecki?
Here.
Commissioner Baydoun?
Here.
Commissioner Anderson?
Here.
Vice Chair Palomera?
Here.
Chair Varga?
Here.
Commissioner Scott? Commissioner Scott?
I will call her back and let her to get off, tell her to get off mute.
Commissioner McCormick?
Take your mute off. It says connecting to audio. I see you. I see you.
Okay, thank you. I just spoke with Commissioner Baker McCormick. She's also logging in right now.
Okay. I have Commissioner Martha Scott on my speaker phone. You're muted. Your iPad is on mute.
I can't seem to unmute it.
Mute. Okay. You hear me now?
We hear you.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right, and I am here.
Great.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item, item B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none right now. Next item.
Item C, approval of the minutes of the June 23rd, 2020 meeting.
So moved, Baydoun.
Support, Martha G.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item D, unfinished business. There is none. Moving to item E1,
Next item.
communication, forwarding the statements of chargebacks for the period of October 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2019.
Thank you. This is a receive and file.
Move to receive and file, Anderson.
Support, Scott.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun?
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson?
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera?
Yes.
Chair Varga?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item E2, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2020-35-148, certifying revenue and reallocating expenditures in the COVID-19 fund.
Kelly,
Okay. Who is here? Kelly is here. Kelly,
Kelly
our
Rao,
budget
Budget
director.
Director, Management and Budget. This
Dr. Rao here
budget,
also.
this budget amendment transfers fund from one business unit in 298 with the CARES fund to another in order to purchase testing equipment.
Okay.
For COVID.
Madam
Any
Chair, I move-
discussion? Commissioner Anderson moved, supported by
Baydun.
Baydoun. Any further discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes,
Just the-
Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Question in reference to the funds. We approved the drop boxes at our last board meeting, commission meeting. And
The ordinance or the resolution.
resolution, right. And so would we be able to use any of these funds for that?
That would have to,
Kelly,
Kelly Rao.
are you aware?
That would need
Are you
to
aware?
be, that would need to be reviewed by the outside counsel or our outside consultants to see if it's an eligible expenditure under CARES.
Okay.
Would you please make sure that happens?
I will send a notification to CEO's office, Cleo, as well as Brian Manning, and they can get with outside consultants.
Thank you.
Cleo does know about it, and we probably need to touch base, Commissioner McCormick, with Khalil just to find out for sure.
Okay.
Instead of waiting 2 weeks, I would follow up with Khalil like immediately.
Okay. Do you need me to do that? Is that what you're saying, or you want me
Well,
to?
it's your resolution, so I
Okay.
think it probably would be good
That
for
would
you
be
to do
fine.
that.
I will
Thank
do
you.
that. Just a
Okay.
question to Mark. Do you foresee there being any reason why or why not we, whether we can use the funds for, and I don't know if you looked into it yet, or maybe that's something you can do.
I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to use the funds for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I would hope that we would go forward. It's probably not more than $100,000, even if we did get as many as 50, one for each community, plus then several others for Detroit because it is a bigger city. And so I think, Commissioner, I will follow up as well with Khalil, but maybe both of us calling them might do some good.
I will do so. Thank you.
I will as well. Alrighty, we had a motion, and do we have a support?
Anderson and Baydoun.
Support.
Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palmera,
Yes.
Chair Varga.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item.
Item E3, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2020-35-150 reallocating expenditures in the county health fund.
Thank you.
I'll move approval, Marecki.
It's been moved, supported by Martha G. Scott. Discussion? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Varga.
Yes. Next item, please.
Motion carries. Next item, item E4, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2020-35-161, certifying revenue and reallocating expenditures in the COVID-19 fund.
Thank you. Kelly?
This amendment is in order to allocate the $2 million to the Guidehouse contract that Commission approved a couple weeks ago, I believe. That's the consultant that will provide assistance in where we can use the CARES funding. As well as,
Thank you.
I believe they're doing the small business loans as well.
Yes, they are. Discussion? Any discussion? Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved, Scott.
Support Baydun.
It's been moved and supported. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Varga.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Next item.
Item F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Mr. Abel, do you have anything?
I don't, except that I know that we're closing in on, the budget process. And if Kelly is there, maybe she can give us an update on the status of the budget, whether July 31st still looks like a reasonable time that we would be receiving the budget proposal from the administration.
Kelly,
Rao?
how are we doing?
I don't
Well,
mean
we-
to put you on, Kelly.
Sure you do, Mark. That's okay. We brought in reinforcements. Kevin Haney has been brought in to assist the budget department as we had a transfer and a layoff in the budget department. So he's helping us out. We will be sending out the instructions to the departments in the next 2 days probably to have them return any budget requests by July 17th. We are hoping to get the budget to commission around the first 10 days in August. So it is not going, it's not looking at this point to be July 31st, but we are still moving along.
Commissioner Varga, Madam Chair, I have a question.
That is, yeah, I'm kind of surprised yet not. Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you. Will we be receiving the budget, like in the big folders, the big folders and books?
There will not be a printed copy. They will be electronic copies.
Okay.
Mark, would you outline how we are going to do it from the commission? for budget hearings?
Yeah, we would be doing something similar. We would be sending out and have available all of the analysis that fiscal usually does, and we would, before every budget hearing date, we would send the appropriate update for those departments so that we can deal with those on the day that they're scheduled. Actually, Terrence Adams and Mary Carr and I have been meeting by Zoom regularly to talk about the calendar, and we're assuming that we will receive the budget by July 31st, and under that assumption, we're trying to put together a calendar that gets us to an approval by the full board and at an appropriate time, hopefully the day of or before the new budget would actually be taking effect. But it's difficult because under the circumstances, the calendar, we're trying to condense it as much as we possibly can under the circumstances that we're now working. But there are still a lot of things that have to occur. On day one, the precedent is that we hear from the CFO and that we hear from the Auditor General, and we would still like to do that. And then we would have the various budget hearings for all of the departments. And we still need to go through, budget instructions, then approval by the full Ways and Means, and before it goes to the full board. And we're trying to incorporate all those aspects of the process. Did I answer your question, Madam Chair?
Yes, you did. My question to, I guess, the committee members, and you don't have to do it online here, but if you would shoot me an email or a text to let me know whether maybe Mondays or Fridays off other meeting dates may be good to go all day if we had to, in case we had to, in order for us to get our budget on time. The chairwoman would have liked to have us get it done by July 17th, but as we hear, by the departments won't even get back to the budget director till then. So in order for us to get it done, I don't know if we can get it done by October 1st, but my only suggestion would be is to try to have off days, meet like 2 weeks in a row, boom, boom, is as often as we have to and as long as we have to in order to get it done by October 1st. I would like to get it done before the next budget date comes due, so on October 1st, the latest. So I know Mark and staff are gonna have a hard time trying to schedule it all unless all of our schedules are going to be open to meeting all the time and full time, it seems like. But even then, I don't know, because it only leaves us, it doesn't leave us no time, Mark, when I look at it. So if they don't give us the budget till the end of September, we won't be able to do that.
Madam
At the
Chair,
end of July,
I lost
right.
a month. I lost a month. Yes, Felicia?
Madam Chair, this is Felicia. So just for informational purposes, this budget has to get done before the fiscal year. It's technically supposed to be done, I believe, 30 days in advance of the fiscal year. But we cannot wait past October 1 because that's going to create some legal concerns and issues with funding and not really having departments. And it's going to create some serious legal concerns. So it has to be done by the beginning of the fiscal year. Otherwise, we'll be shutting down, I believe, the county. So I would encourage you all to encourage the administration to get this to you in enough time to do our proper due diligence. We are required to have public meetings and hearings under the charter. So they need to get it to this body in enough time so we can meet our charter and statutory mandates for approving the budget. And that has to be well before, and I'll leave Mark to give you a final date. But we have to get it in a sufficient time to do our legal responsibilities so that this budget can be in place prior to October 1.
And just for,
Kelly, you heard.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just for everyone's knowledge, if you haven't looked at the calendar, our last meeting in August is a full board meeting is right now scheduled to be on the 20th of August.
We'll probably have to move everything around in order for us to get this done. But Kelly, you need to move it up. I mean, there's.
We
I
are
don't know
working
how,
on it. We are working on a plan. The state is still going to submit another budget on their behalf, so we will have to most likely adjust it again during next year. But we are moving as quickly as possible so we can get you a good budget based on the revenue forecast. Hence, Kevin Haney's assistance.
Does Kevin still have the same phone number as before he left?
Yes, I think so. His personal phone is still the same, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I deleted it. Could you text it to me, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Yours too, because I'm not sure that I have it in my phone. Thank you very much. Anyone
You're
else
welcome.
under such other matters? All righty. I'm sure that Chair Bell and I will be meeting with the administration and in a short matter as well. Thank you. I hear no other such matters before the committee. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item G, public comments.
Did we get any emails?
I have received no emails.
Thank you. Anyone from the public? Is everyone unmuted first?
Everyone has been unmuted.
Thank you. Anyone from the public wishing to comment? Anyone from the public wishing to comment? I hear none. Next item.
Item H, adjournment.
So move. Support, Rocky.
Been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next meeting.
Good afternoon.